Good to see you once again, students. Today we are going to learn yes-no interrogative model, how to transform yes-no interrogative sentences into indirect speech. The exercise that we are doing are from this topic, direct and indirect speech, exercises, a few examples, few exercises are being taught to you. The other day, in the previous video, I explained you how to transform an assertive sentence into indirect speech. An assertive dialogue, when you are given an assertive sentence, how to transform it. Now, we are going to discuss how to transform an assertive interrogative sentence into indirect speech. Let's come to this. See, as I've already taught you, the sentence in quotes or quotations is called dialogue, and this is reporting verb. The sentence in quotations is called dialogue, without quotations is called reporting verb. Father said to me, father said to me is reporting verb. Is your sister planting saplings? Is your sister planting saplings is dialogue. Identifying the kind of sentence, as I've already written here, you can understand it. But in your examination, you have to identify. You will not be given a sentence like this, heading like this. So you have to identify. See, at the end of the sentence, you have question mark. When you have question mark, it means that it is interrogative. When you have this question mark symbol, it means that it is interrogative sentence. Then we have two kinds of interrogatives: yes, no interrogative and WH interrogative. Yes, no interrogative and WH interrogative. You have to determine now whether it is yes, no interrogative or WH interrogative. To determine it, you have to take a look at the beginning of the sentence. Beginning of the sentence. If you have a WH word, what are WH words? What, which, who, whom, whose, when, where, why, how. What, which, who, whom, whose, when, where, why, HOW, how. If you have any one of these words, it means that it is a WH word. WH interrogative. If there are no such words, it's an S no interrogative. So now let's see. Let's check here. Beginning of the sentence, there is no WH word. There is no what, there is no which, who or whom or whose or when, where, why, how. There are no such kind of words here. Hence, it is not a WH interrogative. It's interrogative because question mark. But it is not WH interrogative. It is yes no interrogative. It is yes no interrogative. And the first step that is to be done is here is to yes no interrogative definitely begins with a helping verb. Any yes no interrogative sentence definitely begins with a helping verb. So here in this sentence, is the helping verb. And then identify the main verb. Here the main verb is planting. Here the main verb is planting. Planting is the main verb here. Planting is the main verb here. In between these two, between helping verb and main verb, what all you have? That all comes under subject. In between helping verb and main verb, whatever you have, that is subject. That is called subject. In this case, is helping verb, planting is main verb, and in between these two words, your sister is subject. First, you have to transform this S no interrogative to assertive sentence. That is the first step. To write, before you write answer, you have to transform this S no interrogative to assertive sentence. How do we do that? Helping verb and subject. Interchange these two places. Swap these two places. Helping verb in the place of subject, subject in the place of helping verb. You write likewise, it becomes S no interrogative. So here in this case, your sister is the subject. So you write here, your sister, subject comes here. And now helping verb. Helping verb is. So you write here, your sister is. Remaining sentence as usual. Planting saplings. This becomes an assertive sentence. Now observe, here the dialogue is S no interrogative. You have to transform this S no interrogative dialogue to assertive sentence. So here, your sister is planting saplings. This is the sentence. Now you have to make changes in the reporting verb and conjunction, keeping in view of the dialogue here, the kind of sentence that is given here. The changes in the reporting verb and the conjunction that you write depend on the kind of sentence that is given here. As the dialogue is yes no interrogative, as the dialogue is interrogative, speaker remains same, father is the speaker and he is speaking to me. We have to understand the reporting verb clearly. Who is the speaker and who is the listener? In the dialogue, in the reporting verb, the speaker is father. That means father is speaking these words. Father is questioning. And who is he questioning? Me. Father is questioning me. So the speaker is father and the listener is me. There some changes. Set to. Here, reporting verb set to changes to asked. Our answer should begin with the reporting verb. Reporting verb is at the end of the sentence, but our answer should begin with reporting verb. As I have already told you, father, speaker doesn't sing. Set to here changes to asked. You can write asked or questioned or inquired, any word which gives meanings that something is being questioned. A sentence is questioned. You can write any matching word there, any word which gives you meaning of the same. Father, here set to changes to asked. Said or said to, whatever is given to you, you have to write here asked. If you are given there directly asked, you can write here asked here. Okay, father, set to change to asked. A listener doesn't change, me. Speaker is father, listener is me. So reporting verb change is completed. First change finished. Second one, insertion of conjunction. See, the dialogue is yes no interrogative. So you have to write either if or whether, not that. Remember, if the dialogue is assertive, you will write that. But here the dialogue is not assertive, that is yes no interrogative. So here you can write either if or whether. You can write any conjunction, no problem. I am writing if. So the second part is done. Writing conjunction if. It's over. Now we shall come to the dialogue. This time you shouldn't consider this one. You have to take into consideration of yes no interrogative sentence. You have to take the yes no interrogative sentence into consideration. Your sister, he is asking me. So your means he is talking about me. He is asking about my sister. So your here changes to my. Sister, common noun, remains the same. My sister. Again, change in pronoun is completed. Third one is completed. Now fourth one. Verb. Is changes to was. Is changes to was. My sister was. Main verb no change. Planting. No other changes. Saplings. SAPLINGS. Here full stop, not question mark. Remember, you should keep a full stop there. You should put a full stop there, not question mark. So this is your answer. Father, set to changes to asked. Father asked me. Conjunction you can write if or whether, because the dialogue is yes no interrogative. You can write if or whether. Somebody want to write whether, you can write whether here. Whether. Your changes to my, because here your is giving reference to me. So it changes to my. Sister is a common noun, it doesn't change. Is changes to was and other words as usual. Planting saplings. So this is my answer. Father asked me if my sister was planting saplings. And at the end of the sentence, a full stop should be kept. Got it? This is one example. Study it once. If possible, note it down. Okay, we shall discuss another question. Study the question carefully, understand the question, you can write answer without much explanations. Father said to him. Father said to him. This is the reporting verb. Said to. Speaker. Father. Him. Listener. Speaker of the dialogue is father, and father is speaking to him. Somebody. You have to understand this. This is dialogue because quotations. Shall I have to remind you of this? Shall I have to remind you of this? This is the dialogue. And you know, question mark, interrogative, no WH word, hence it is yes no interrogative. There is question mark, so it is an interrogative sentence. No WH word at the beginning of the sentence, hence it is an yes no interrogative. Finished. Now, we have to transform this yes no interrogative. We have to change this yes no interrogative to SR2. How do we? Yes, no interrogative always starts with a helping verb. Yes, no interrogative always starts with a helping verb. Shall is the helping verb. And then the main verb is have. In this case, the main verb is have. In between these two helping verb and main verb, whatever you have, that is subject. Interchanging these two places. Subject in the place of helping verb in the place of subject. So, I shall have to remind you of this. Full stop. See, this is yes no interrogative. Shall I have to remind you of this is an yes no interrogative. I shall have to remind you of this is an assertive sentence. Is an assertive sentence. Now we'll write the answer. See, this is rough work. You shouldn't write it in the examination paper as an answer. You should do this either in your mind or you can do it somewhere else and you have to write the answer what I'm going to write here. See here. Here we have to make changes in the reporting word conjunction keeping in view of this yes no interrogative. Said or said to changes to, as I told you, asked, questioned or inquired. Here I am writing every time questioned or asked or I am writing the same. Father, speaker. Father said to changes to asked. Father asked him. First change completed. Conjunction you can write if or whether. Now I am writing whether. This time I am writing whether. You can write if or whether, no rule. So I am writing whether. Conjunction as this is yes no interrogative. And now the change in pronoun. See, while making changes to the dialogue, you have to take into consideration of this assertive sentence, not this yes no interrogative. You have to take into consideration of this assertive sentence, not this yes no interrogative. If you take this into consideration, your answer will be wrong. If you take this into consideration, this yes no interrogative into consideration, your answer will be wrong. So take this assertive sentence into consideration. I. Who is I here? Father is the I. So I changes to he. Third change. And now verb. Shall have is the verb. Here shall changes, have doesn't change. Only first helping verb. This is the first helping verb. This is the main verb. This helping verb. Shall changes to should. And have doesn't change. Have. See, 4 changes completed. To remind. You here is him. Who is you here? Father is talking to, father is speaking to him. So you here refers to him. So you changes here to objective case him. This change is very, very important. You should understand. Of, and this changes to that. Likewise, in this sentence, you have got 6 changes. The answer is father asked him whether he should have to remind him of this changes to that. Got it? Once you observe carefully, changes in pronouns. Why you change it to him? That you have to understand. Who does you give refers to? Who does you give refers? Who does you give refer? Who does you refer? You refers him. Hence you changes to him. Other changes you can understand it. Watch this carefully. Okay students, we shall discuss another example. This time I don't take much time. See, this is reporting verb. Speaker is she. Said to is the verb. Me is the listener. She speaker, me listener. Said to is the reporting verb. And this is dialogue. And dialogue is, yes no interrogative. Question mark interrogative, no WH word, yes no interrogative. You have to transform this yes no interrogative to SR2. The first sentence, the first word of yes no interrogative is helping verb, and then identify the main verb. Pay is the main verb, and in between these two, she is the subject. Interchanging these two places. She did pay fine yesterday. She did pay fine yesterday. This is SR2 sentence. Remember, full stop. So yes no interrogative to SR2. Now making changes. Said to, as I always say, asked or question you can read she. Speaker doesn't change. Said to changes to asked me. See these changes. She, asked me. You can write first change completed, S-no interrogative, if or whether. I am writing if. If here the subject is third person reference. I've told you only first and second person subjects do change. First and second person. That means I, we, you. Those related cases, subjective case, objective case, and other case pronouns of I, we, you only do change. Not any other third person reference. This is third person reference, so no change. She becomes same. She, no change. She did plus V1. Did plus V1 changes to had plus V3. Did plus V1 changes to had plus V3. Did changes to had. Pay is the V1 form. Paid is the V3 form. Its V3 form is paid. If she had paid, pay is the V1 form. Its V3 form is paid. Paid, fine. Yesterday changes to the day before or the previous day. You can write any one. The day before or the previous day. So the answer is she asked me. Set to changes to asked. She asked me. Conjunction if or whether. She doesn't change. Now you shouldn't take into consideration of this S-no interrogative while writing dialogue. You have to take into consideration of this SR2 sentence. She remains she. Third person pronouns, they don't change. Third change. Did plus V1 changes to had plus V3. Fine doesn't change. Yesterday changes to the day before. This is how we have to make changes to S-no interrogative to WH. S-no interrogative sentences into answer. Turn this S-no interrogative to SR2 and write answer according to the changes. This is the way you have to transform S-no interrogatives. I hope you understand. Please note it down and you keep these examples with you and then you can write any answer. Okay, we shall discuss another example, that is WH, how to transform WH interrogatives. Please check it out once. Okay students, now we shall see how to transform a WH interrogative dialogue into indirect speech. Watch, observe this sentence. Now this is WH interrogative model. WH interrogative model. See the question. She said is the reporting verb, comma, quotations. This is dialogue. You have seen a question mark here, so it is an interrogative. Now you see a WH word here. So hence it is a WH interrogative. It's very clear. It's an interrogative because of question mark. Beginning word is a WH word, hence it is a WH interrogative. So the dialogue is now WH interrogative. So how can we write it into indirect speech? One more step, one important step. First, ignore whatever is the WH word here. First, imagine that there is no WH word here. Imagine that there is no WH word. Then what is the sentence here? Am I here is the sentence. Am I here. Now it becomes an S-no interrogative. If you omit this WH word, the rest of the sentence will be S-no interrogative. S-no interrogative. What did we do? What have we done with the S-no interrogative? We have turned the S-no interrogative into SR2. Same thing. We shall turn this S-no interrogative into SR2. S-no interrogative means the starting word will be helping verb, and here this is the subject. Interchange these two subjects. I am here. Full stop. Is it clear? First thing, imagine that there is no WH word. The rest of the sentence is S-no interrogative. Change the S-no interrogative to SR2. How do we do that? S-no interrogative starting word is helping verb and the next word is subject. Interchange those two, helping verb and subject. Am comes here, I comes here, am goes there. I am here. That is SRT sentence. Now, let's make changes. Keeping in view of this WH interrogative. As usual, she is the speaker. It doesn't change. She said changes to asked. Every time I am writing asked, you can write inquired question. Any whether I am telling you, you can write any word. She is the speaker. She asked. Here speaker is given, but listener is not given. In that case, you have to imagine that and you have to write in S-no interrogative or WH interrogative. In the case of S-no interrogative and WH interrogative, if the listener is not given, you can write me there. You can write me there. You can imagine me and you have to write me also there. When you are not given the listener. She asked me. Now conjunction we have to write conjunction and the conjunction will be the same WH word, whatever is given here. Remember, in the SR2 sentence, if this dialogue is SR2, here you will write conjunction that. If this is S-no interrogative, here you will write if or whether. But this is WH interrogative. In the case of WH interrogative, you have to write the same WH word here. So what is the WH word here? What. So you'll write the same word here. What. This is the conjunction now. What is the WH word? Whatever is the WH word, what, which, when, where, by, whatever is given here, you will write the same. And other changes keeping in view of this SR2 sentence. She asked me. Who does this I refer to? I gives reference to she. I here is she, hence I changes to she, and yam changes to was, here changes to there. Full stop. See here, I refers she, because she is questioning. What am I here? She is questioning. So I is she. I is she. So I changes here to she, yam to was, here to there. So your answer is she asked me. She asked me what she was there. What she was there. Likewise, you have to change answer. This is how we have to write. Got it? Please note it down. Okay, we shall see another example, another WH word, WH interrogative. Reporting verb is she said. Dialogue is brother, how have you been spending your time here? Brother, how have you been spending your time here? See, observe there is a slight change. The reporting verb is she said. The speaker is given here. She is the speaker. And who is she speaking to is also given here, and that has been included in the dialogue. She is actually speaking. She is the speaker, she is speaking. Who is she speaking to? She is speaking to her brother. So this listener, he is the listener. It is given in the dialogue. You have to take it out. You have to bring it out of the dialogue. That means you have to rewrite the reporting verb. Here I am writing. She said to brother, or you can write her brother. She said to brother, or you can write she said to her brother. Like this, you have to rewrite the reporting verb, and after that you have to make changes as usual. They have been told you. Now, this is dialogue. You know, this is interrogative. How is also considered a WH interrogative. So you can take it from here. Now, brother has been excluded, and that has been excluded. The word brother is excluded from the dialogue, and that is made to be written in the reporting verb. Now this is not part of dialogue. The dialogue begins from here. How? Okay, so how have you been spending your time? Here is the dialogue. This is WH interrogative. As I've already told you, ignore WH word how. Then this is S-no interrogative. From here this becomes S-no interrogative. S-no interrogative begins always with a helping verb. So have is the helping verb, and this is all the main verb. So in between these two, this is subject. So we have to transform. We have to swap these two words. You comes here. You have been spending your time here is the assertive sentence. Have you been spending your time here is an S-no interrogative. If you omit this WH word, then turning this S-no interrogative to assertive. You have been spending your time here. Now making changes as usual. Said or said to changes to asked her questions. I am writing here. She asked her brother, or you can write brother, no problem. She asked her brother. Same WH word as conjunction. How? You here gives reference to her brother. So you changes to he. You changes to he, because you here means her brother. So you changes to he. Have changes to had. No change in been, no change in spending. Had been spending your time. Your means your also gives reference to brother, his time. So your here changes to his time. Here changes to there. So this is your answer. Had, his, he, how. These are the changes. She, speaker, asked her brother. How? He, had been spending his time there. Likewise, you have to change this WH interrogative into indirect speech. Check out. Okay, we shall see another example. A slight change. Observe here. This is the dialogue. When and how? When and how do you send your form? When and how do you send your form? Here is a question mark. So hence it is interrogative. You have got two WH words, when and how. You have got two WH words, when and how. It is a WH interrogative. It's very clear. And the reporting verb is given here. The clerk inquired. This is not clerk. C-L-E-R-K is not clerk. It should be pronounced clock. Clock. Usually we pronounce C-L-O-C-K. Clock. Likewise, you have to pronounce this word. Then you have a doubt, how do we pronounce C-L-O-C-K? C-L-O-C-K is pronounced cloak. Ow. Slightly ow sound should be pronounced over there. Okay, that we shall discuss. Here C-L-E-R-K should be pronounced clock, not clerk. It is not clerk, it is clock. Remember, this comes in very, very handy in your future examinations. The clerk inquired. See here in the reporting verb, this time it is given inquired, not said or said to or asked. It is clearly given here inquired. So you can write the same word here. So the speaker is the clerk, and when the listener is not given, I have already told you, me should be imagined. That means he is speaking to me. The clerk is now speaking to me. He is asking me this question. You have to change it. And one more change, as I told you, first ignore this WH word. Up to here, this is WH word. When and how. This is WH word. Ignore this, and the rest of the sentence is S-no interrogative from here to here. This is to assertive form. This is to be transformed to assertive. Do is helping verb. Send is main verb. In between those two, this is subject. So interchange these two places. You do send your form. Full stop. You do send your form. Full stop. This is assertive sentence now. And now let's start making changes. Let's start your answer with the reporting verb. The C-L-E-R-K, clerk, inquired, E-N-Q-U-I-R-E-D, inquired me. You have to write this, listener me. The clerk inquired me. Same WH words. When and how. When and how. The same WH words. You have to write the same WH words, when and how. Now let's take into consideration of this assertive sentence. You. The clerk is asking me. So you gives reference to me. Hence you changes to I. Do plus send. This is helping verb. This is main verb. Do is the helping verb. You can change this to do, changes to did. Send remains same. No change here. Did send your. Again he is asking me. So your gives reference to me. My. Your changes to my form. F-O-R-M. Form. This is how you have to make change. Coming to the change of the help verb. Do plus V1 changes to did plus V1. Do plus V1 changes to did plus V1. Otherwise, you can write this did plus send is equal to send. You can write I did send my form or I sent my form. You can write did send, or you can write directly V2 form. Did plus V1. Did plus V1 is equal to V2. In the place of did send, you can write sent. So your answer could be, the clerk inquired me when and how I did send my form, or when and how I sent my form. Likewise, you can write the answer. This is how you have to transform WH interrogative kind of sentences to indirect speech. Got it? In this video, you are explained the transformation of S-no interrogative sentences, S-no interrogative model dialogues, and WH interrogative dialogue models. Okay? If you, in our next class, I shall explain you imperative sentence and exclamatory sentences. If you wanna see, if you wanna watch, if you wanna see SRT model, watch all the previous videos of direct and indirect speech and SRT model sentences. I'll provide the link in the description portion. Please note it down. Practice more sentences from the materials what you have. The more you practice, as I tell you every time, you'll get better understanding of the grammar point. Then only you will be able to write, not through listening. If you just listen to it, you may be able to understand. But if you want to write a proper answer, you have to practice it. Practice is more important. Thank you.